Welcome back, guys. It's time for Reflect and Connect. Now, we know the holidays are upon us. We have Thanksgiving, then we have Christmas coming up. And this is the time of year where people start to get really depressed. Moods start to change. Sometimes we know why, sometimes we don't. But according to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, they found that 64% of people living with mental illness reported those conditions being a whole lot higher during the holidays. And joining us today is our contributor, mental health specialist, Ms. Charlotte McCullough, to help us unwrap some things that we can do, some signs, some symptoms, to just help us get through that holiday blues.
Yeah.
That's a good word. That's a good word. The
And
holiday
that's what it's
blues.
called. It's like the holiday blues.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It
It's a real
is.
thing, depression.
I know.
So,
Go ahead.
like you said, depression is a mood disorder,
Yeah.
right? And it's all about low mood, worthlessness, feeling less than, suicidal thoughts, and all those things. And around the holidays, it's heightened because it's commercialized as a time of togetherness,
Yeah.
of
Right.
love and warm and belonging relationships.
Right.
And there are a number of people now that are not feeling that. They're feeling depressed and just not feeling well. People who are alone, people who have lost a child, people who have lost a parent or someone close to them or lost a lifestyle.
Yeah.
All of that stuff really comes to fruition now during this period.
I think, too, I think for me, when I did go through depression, I was always a single one at the family dinner. And I feel like people need to be more sensitive to other people's need around
agree.
Thanksgiving and not, where's your other person? Where's your mate? You're not married. You're not having kids. Like, we don't
Yeah.
take into account. Like, that really hurts.
Yeah.
It does hurt.
Yeah.
And if that happens, I would say to plan for that, plan ahead for that. Expect family members to say things like that. If you're the single one in the family at this time, plan ahead. Think of what you would say and have that blanket statement. Not right now, and I'm happy right now. I'm here to enjoy the family. I'm here to have a good time today. I'm not concerned about being in a relationship. Have that blanket statement that every time it fires off, you can fire right back off.
It's
That's
almost like a
good.
PR.
Yes.
You always got to have like
That's
a
good.
PR statement.
Yes.
Just put it on a little note card.
Yeah. So, Charlotte, mine was, I went through that too, like Candice, but mine was different. It actually started when I was like 16. And I don't know why it happened. So what do you say
Yeah.
to like the teenagers that just out of nowhere, just I have no explanation as
So
to why.
that's a real thing,
Yeah.
Chris. It really is. There are a couple reasons why you can be experiencing depression. One can be biology. You know, it could just be a chemical imbalance in your brain. Another one could be hereditary. Someone close in your family and your bloodline passed it. Or it can be a stressful situation or a traumatic situation that caused it. But there are a number of things that can cause that depression. Yeah. And some of those symptoms are just that low mood, intense irritability, intense anger,
Yeah.
wanting to isolate and not be around people.
Okay.
You know, another one could be just being mean. You know,
Being mean doing
yes,
the Grinch.
absolutely. And then another one could be just a sea of negative thoughts. You just can't pull yourself out of those thoughts.
Okay.
Those are some of those symptoms. If you're experiencing those things, it's possibly time to go and get, evaluated. Another one I would say is a crying spell, or if you find yourself drinking excessively and you don't normally drink that much, that's an indicator too that you could possibly be in a low mood, a low place.
Wow. Okay, so I was never a drinker. I can't even take a sip and I'm just sideways.
Lightweight.
Just,
Lightweight.
just a whole lightweight. But is there a thing also like temporary depression, if that makes sense? Like, sometimes you'll sit down and you just crying. I used to do that, not anymore, but I used to just sit down and just cry.
Yeah.
Just cry. There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Just
And during the holidays out of
and
nowhere
it
would
would just stop. Yeah.
Really?
Could be.
Yeah.
You're just emotionally full. It could be something that triggered you that you didn't even know that it triggered you, that caused the tears and things like that. But when we diagnose someone with depression, it's usually the time frame. So if that low mood, that feeling of worthlessness, hopelessness, suicidal thoughts, all that stuff is going on for 2 weeks or more, it's usually major depression. And then we have another diagnosis that's called PDD, pervasive depression disorder. And that is one that lingers for over a 2-year span, but it's one where you just feel sadness. You can do your regular routine, but it doesn't affect you as much as major depression.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's two different ones, but the difference mainly is the symptoms, how long, and the time frame.
So speaking of the symptoms, you just listed some of them. Those would be the adult ones, right? Does it look
Yes.
the same in kids?
So it can look the same in children. Another one to look for in children is their appetite changing. That can also happen for adults
adults.
too. But for children, their appetite changing, their grades going down,
Okay.
them not wanting to do their regular activities,
Okay.
a lot of irritability as well with children, and just wanting to isolate and not do those regular things. The main thing with children, though, is to check in with adults too, but with children, have that conversation with them around why do they feel this way, why are they withdrawing, why are they mad, you know, why are they drawing these pictures that look like they want to hurt somebody or things like that. So
okay.
yes, it definitely can look that way in children. And I think that's a vital point around mental health when we're talking about children.
And I think a lot of people too go on social media during the holidays too. And
yeah.
that just compounds, that adds on to it. Like
Yep.
they're like, okay, I'm looking at all this good stuff.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, no one's checking in.
It's
like
true.
we gotta call people,
Yeah,
not text.
check in with
Stay
your people.
connected. And you
up the
know,
phone.
it's so true, Candace, that you said that we do have challenges around our expectations. A lot of us set our expectations based on what other people are doing.
Right.
But I would just say in this time, be honest about where you are and what's going on with your life. Stay connected to people. Do some things outside, you know, stay connected. Do some fun things. It's
Yeah.
not about being perfect during the holidays, but having fun.
Yeah,
there you
yeah. Well, there you have it. Those are our tips. And remember, if you are thinking of suicide, depression, or anything, and you need to speak to someone, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. It's 1-800-273-8255. We'll have it up on the screen for you. But that's our show for today. Thank you, Charlotte, for joining us as
Thank you.
usual.
Good.
Pleasure as
We
always.
got to get out of here, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Same place. See you tomorrow, people.
Bye.